That's my weekend morning ritual. Making sure that the neighborhood pets have plenty to eat. So I filled this yesterday afternoon when I got home. And everybody's going to town. Sunflowers up top out of the bird feeder there. It's a squirrel feeder now because they kept getting into it. And then there's corn on the ground. So stay tuned for a mail call opening from Carolina Chris. Good morning. This is Tim from Father and Son Adventures of Iowa. Pardon my slurping my coffee here, but anyway, got a box in the mail. I actually got it last week, but I was home late from being over the road all week, and some of you know I'm an over the road trucker. And anyway, it's from Carolina Chris. I became friends with Chris on Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube, a little over 3 years ago, I think. And I was going down to South Carolina every week, sometimes twice a week. And he kept talking about Texas Pete hot sauce. Up here, we only had the 3-ounce bottle in Walmart. And so when I would go down there, I'd pick up, the larger bottles. You can get, I think it was like $1.99 or something like that for the 3-ouncer up here, and I could get a 24-ouncer, their big bottle, down there for $2.74. And I made a couple of videos, kind of acting like I had a little banter with Mr. Jones about buying all his hot sauce in his area. And the reality, I was only in the area where his hunting cabin is. Well, actually, there was one time I was at a Kroger's, I think, and he was willing to come across town and meet up with me, but I had to reload real quick after that. So anyway, he's a great friend to everybody in the community, as you all know, and he reached out to me for my address and decided to send me something. So we're going to open it up. I don't have any idea what it is. I'm going to use the Tac Force. You guys ever buy Tac Force knives? I'll tell you what, this is the TF 489 and or 469. It's the Gentleman, and it's got kind of a teak wood scale on it. Stainless steel blade, holds a really good edge, and spring assisted. And I have several different Tac Force knives, and they're all like $8-9 a piece on Amazon. So if I lose it while I'm out in the road or whatever, I'm not going to cry about it. I just order another one. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and open this up. And I don't go down to South Carolina much anymore, and part of the reason was because I'd sit there for a day or two waiting for a reload. When you're a truck driver and you're paid by the mile, when you're sitting, you're not making anything. So you gotta make changes. So I didn't change companies. I just changed where I told them I'd go. And all right, so a little note in here. Let's see here. Oh, Mr. Carolina Chris is sponsored now. He's sponsored by Texas Pete. I don't know if he is or not, but he says, "Hey Tim, I received some goodies from Texas Pete and I wanted to share with some Texas Pete fans. You were the very first one I thought of. Enjoy, Chris." Well, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that so very much. Oh, you did get some goodies. Look at this, guys. A hat. Texas Pete hat. How cool is that? All right. And. And Texas Pete koozie. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm probably one of the first ones on YouTube that is a friend with Carolina Chris to have these goodies. So I appreciate it, and I think very highly of you and your channel, sir. I really appreciate all the work that you put into your videos. If any of my subscribers, if you're not, I can't imagine you're not already subscribed to Chris, but go subscribe to Chris. I will put a link to his channel in the description box below. Chris can make a simple Canteen Cup Tuesday video, but he still takes 3 or 4 cameras in the woods. It's just amazing the amount of work that he puts into the editing, and you other YouTubers, you know that I used to do videos, but my son got older. He's a senior in high school. He doesn't have time for Dad anymore, and I think he's going to be going into the Air Force here in a few months. But anyway, we got away from it. I changed my jobs. Time is something none of us ever have enough of. So very much appreciated, Chris. I will be using these 2 gifts, and I appreciate it very much. And now that I have your address, I'm going to be sending you something that's locally made, has been locally made since early 90s or early 1900s, and it's a condiment, but it's just unbelievable how spicy it is, how delicious it is, and I'm going to send you enough where you can share. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys.